Um, my knee was pretty sore for right after the game, but I feel better than I have all camp right now, so that's a good sign.
You made that reverse pivot, free runner and reverse pivot away from him, and you whiffs. You hit Joe. Joe runs a great route. You hit him. At that point, was it like, yeah, I mean, this thing's going to be okay?
Yeah, it felt good to make someone miss back there. Felt good to be back.
When you went back and rewatched the film on Monday, what did you like most about your performance on Sunday, and what were some of the things that you maybe didn't like?
I thought I protected the ball fairly well. I missed some throws I normally make, but overall I think I played a pretty good game, good enough to win. But we're going to keep getting better every week, and I'm excited to do that.
How about the mental part of it? Zimmer is known to create havoc mentally for guys. Do you feel like you kind of dissected everything pretty well, and you got the team to the right play a high percentage of the time?
Yeah, I think I did. They're really good on third down. That's their calling card, and we weren't good enough on third down on Sunday, so that's something we got to fix. But overall, it was a good game.
A lot of attention on the deep ball to Chase, but aside from that play, what else did you like about the way he was impacting the game?
He doesn't go down on first contact. You can get him the ball, and he's going to make somebody miss and get you those extra yards. You saw it on the 3rd and 16. We just threw him a slant, and he made someone miss and almost got us the first down, put us in position to go for it. So that's why you draft a guy like that. He makes something out of nothing.
You went through your debut last season. Just how impressive was it to see a rookie put up 100 yards in their first game?
Yeah, that's what Jamar does. I knew exactly what he was going to go out and do. He was ready to go. He was locked in all week. There was no doubt in my mind how he was going to play.
Looking back on that 3rd and 16, did you think he got closer to the first down than the spot?
I thought it might have been 4th and inches instead of 4th and 1. But either way, he put us in a good position to go for it.
Did you cross over with Justin Fields at all working out in offseason camps or very quickly?
No, I haven't. Never met him before.
What's been for the distance? What's been overall impression?
He's going to be an exciting player. I think he's a Lamar Jackson type athlete that can have an impact on the game in that way. The few plays that he got on Sunday, he was exciting with the ball in his hand. As he keeps progressing, he's going to be fun to watch.
I know there's a lot of great rushers in this league, but with Khalil Mack's on the other side, how does that change things for you, and how much do you have to always be kind of aware of 52?
Yeah, you got to be aware of him at all times, whether you're sliding your protection or chipping him or getting the ball out quickly. He's one of the best pass rushers in the league. Fortunately for us, we play in a division with a lot of those guys, and we're used to playing against that kind of player.
Joe, what's the fine line between getting the ball out quickly, like you just said, and waiting till the last moment for a receiver to break with him? Like with T on the first touchdown of the game, seemed like he waited, took a big hit, but what is the fine line there in terms of waiting until the last moment?
It just depends on the situation. If it's third down, wait until the last moment. If you take a hit, if you take a sack, it's not a big deal on third down. But first and second down, you don't want to be holding on to the ball too long. Red zone, you don't want to be holding on to the ball too long. So it just depends on the situation of the game.
On the stat sheet, it said you were sacked 5 times on Sunday, but Zach said only 2 were on the offensive line. Overall, what do you think of the protection?
Offensive line played great. We ran the ball really efficiently. They were really good in pass protection. The breakdowns in pass protection were not the offensive line's fault. It was elsewhere. So it was very encouraging the way they played.
Communication, up front with the offensive line, tight ends, running backs, with all those crazy blitz packages that they employ. Overall, was the communication pretty good, or were there some glitches there?
There were some glitches. It was, that wasn't on them. It was just some first game. That's what happens in the first game sometimes.
Did they do some
Whether
stuff they haven't shown, obviously?
No, they didn't do anything they haven't shown. That system's been around for 10 years. They've shown it all over those 10 years. So, we've seen it all. They just have a lot of different things that they can do. Whether it was my communication or their communication, we can be better in that area.
Joe, what's the biggest adjustment for you when you go under center? Is there any kind of adjustment for you? Probably before you got here, you probably didn't do that much.
In terms of the play action game, you're just delaying your opportunity to feel the rush and feel the zones of the defense. So you got to be quick to react. If you got to get the ball out quickly, it's harder to do so when you're under center and turn your back. But it also gives you a better play action fake. So there's give and takes with all the plays that you draw up, and that's that for the under center play action pass.
You grew up in an era, I guess, when it kind of construction was, basically that was the staple. So working under center was probably not very common.
Yeah, I didn't really do it until I got here, but I'm really comfortable with it now. It's part of what we do.
Is there something that you do well out of there that maybe that you've worked on and have kind of improved on?
I think it's just a good opportunity to push the ball down the field, and more so in the intermediate zones, because it really sucks up the backers and the intermediate zone players. The corners they're not going to get faked out by play action like that. It's not middle school, but those linebackers who are in the run fit, they get sucked up and open up those zones behind them.
When we were under center like you did, and then two tight ends like you did you notice that they're like, we gotta adjust to this. We weren't expecting this.
Yeah, I'm sure that they weren't really geared up for all of that. That's not really a lot of what we did that last year, but that's going to be who we are this year. We ran the ball really well. We're going to be physical, and we're going to play action pass.
That sounds like a good formula for winning on the road. This team obviously hasn't had a lot of success with last two seasons. From your perspective, what are the keys to winning on the road?
You got to control the clock, control the ball, and hit the opportunities when they're there. When you're on the road, communication is harder. Defenses are able to disguise blitzes better because you're on silent cadence. So you got to be good in those areas and find ways to get the defense to uncover themselves.
Is that something that maybe playing in big stadiums in college helped you out a lot when you got to this level?
Yeah, for sure. Playing in the SEC doesn't get much bigger than that in the college game, but now we're in pro football, and the blitzes are more complicated, and safeties are better at disguising their plays. So we've got to go out and make it work.
Did you have to go silent at all last year? Were there any crowds that were loud enough to?
No, there were really only a couple games where there was even anybody in the stands. Yeah.
When it is loud and hostile, what is it more difficult, being under center or being in shotgun, or going on silent?
They're similar. Under center you can kind of mix it up a little bit, but in the gun, you got to go on silent. So there's really not much of a difference.
Was there emphasis early in the game where I guess that outgrow was the one that changed the first one, and then when you made that completion and when y'all made that play, did you get a sense of like, okay, this is going to be what the offense is going to look like today when they get them on the table? Did that set a good feeling for the rest of the game then?
Yeah, we wanted to come out and really establish the run early in the game, show people that we not only can do it, we're going to be good at it. And then we started to open it up there in the second quarter, and then we kind of trailed off there in the second half. So we got to find ways to stay aggressive there and push the ball down the field and hit those opportunities when they're there.
What does that mean really for a team that maybe for this group specifically, given the lack of success of the last few years?
The main thing would be is we would get a win on the road. That's a big thing for us. We were 1-0 last week. We want to be 1-0 this week. We're not going to look ahead and we're not going to look back. So we're really focused on this week. We have a really talented defense. They got some players on offense, so we're going to have to go in there and get the job done.
Do you stay in touch with Andy Dalton?
No, I haven't talked to him too much. I met him in California pre-draft, but other than that, I haven't talked to him too much.
You mentioned that you really opened up in the second quarter, and then the second half tailed off a little bit. Was it just lack of execution on the offensive end, or did the Vikings do anything different defensively to touch the things away?
You always say it's lack of execution because there's always something you can do better on any play that doesn't work, but you always have to give credit to the defense too because they're the defense that made you not execute the way you're supposed to. And they're a good defense. They have really good players, and they got a really good scheme.